black skin, white mask. Already know that life gets hard. And they say that we're used to the harshness. If it wasn't for the pain, I'd laugh. Truth is we knew about light before dark. Turned music to art and taught everyone to dance. And still no chance. Freedom must be too much to ask. Bleeding from the ache in my heart. Sometimes I wish it was whites in the middle like France. No, I'm not racist, just jarred. Got hate before bush, not plants. They say we should leave it all in the past, but my brother's still dying on the end, so I can't. So if my attitude stinks, don't ask, cause a hashtag won't help you understand my stance. Fuck a melody, this is real rap if you ever see. Head hot, cause the system won't let me be. Tell me how I thrive in a place that don't cherish me. And they wonder why we all need therapy. Pre the energy, yeah, just another nigga to Penelope. And they don't get it how we bottom of the barrel and still drip sauce on the world, no recipe. Weight of the world on my shoulders, all the pressures in life still tightly holding me. Pour libation for all of the fallen soldiers, but the pain still goes unspoken. They want us to stay broken, never gonna fold, fuck folding. I see my people lost hope, shit, don't you know we all been chosen.
We are oppressed, we are exploited, we are downtrodden, we are denied not only civil rights but even human rights. So the only way we're going to get some of this oppression and exploitation away from us or aside from us is come together against the common enemy.
Forgive me if you don't understand. Sorry, I'm just misunderstood. Punished if I try to take a stand. Meanwhile, my friends dying in the hood. And you can say that we're killing ourselves, but truth is they're killing us still. How you saying black lives matter but never took a moment to help? Just a trend that you post for yourself. And yeah, it takes a toll on my health, cause I want wealth like everyone else, but it's 10 times harder for me. And they wonder why my brothers put food on a scale. Yeah, when I die I'll see heaven, that's real. Cause we already living in hell. Wish I could share all the pain I felt. Oh well, I guess I won't speak till my scars do heal. I just wanna be black with a mill. Yeah, that's for every time I had no meals. Cause my mother couldn't keep up the bills. With a handful of kids, no home, just a cell. And I don't care if conscious don't sell. Knowledge brings height to an elf. Went from sitting on thrones to a cell. Been blessed, man, it wasn't by chance we fell. Weight of the world on my shoulders, all the pressures in life still tightly holding me. Pour libation for all of the fallen soldiers, but the pain still goes unspoken. They want us to stay broken, never gonna fold, fuck folding. I see my people lost hope, shit, don't you know we all been chosen.
Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate? You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
Yeah, this is real life. Kaa kimya skia. Real talk. We're coming from the ghetto. Kinondoni, Dar es Salaam, Tanzania mpaka UK. The world finest. Yeah, pambana kijana. Life is too hard, life is too short. Shaa kwa nangu wote ghetto. Usikate tamaa. Jua kwamba ipo siku tutatoboa. Tutatoka. Gang for life.
I am the true name.
Blessed love, people. Blessed love. His time is up, family. Yes, we've got a different background today. You're thinking, where is the living room? Well, do you know what? I couldn't be bothered with these virtual backgrounds anymore. So I'm in my room. That's what's going on. And you know what? Today I'm showing up as my authentic self. Not that I don't every week, by the way. But today I'm racha. Remember me tell you. You understand, people? So blessed love, his time is up, family. How have you been? I am blessed and highly favored. Yes, I am indeed. I just hope everything is going all right with you guys. So listen, we're going to get straight into it. We've got a sister coming on later who's going to be bearing testimony about 2 individuals, actually. Those 2 people that I've put up on my page this week. One of them only went through yesterday, I do believe. So that's fairly fresh and recent, but she's going to be talking about those people. And we're going to have a testimony a bit later. But I want to start this live with prayer. Yes, I do. Because you know what? There's only one place from whence cometh my help. Remember, I tell you guys, there's only one place. Blessed love, all the mods. Grandma Liz, I see you. Blessed love, all the regulars. The core, his time is up, family. I've been talking for years about stripping this thing down to the core, his time is up, family. I'm sick of the stragglers, the trolls. I'm going to talk a little bit about them later, actually, because we haven't revisited them for quite some time. But I'm just sick of all of the dross. That's what I'm sick of, people. So we keep on moving onwards, upwards, and this platform, this institution that it has become, has always been blessed from the very moment in 2020 when it first came out, downloaded through me, through the cosmos, that this is what needs to be done. It has been blessed all the way. That we should revisit tonight, if we've got a little bit of time, just some of the obstacles that we've been through, that I personally have been through in my own personal life, and also the movement as, you know, as a movement, as a campaign has been through. It has been phenomenal. And I'm going to do a whole live on that. I'm kind of skirting over it tonight. But let's talk about the Obeah. Let's talk about the Obeah, the witchcraft, whatever you want to call it. Because as far as I'm concerned, it is absolutely mental. You know, they do whatever they do in their secret, dirty corners. They run to the system like the good little house Negroes that they are. They do whatever they do just to hide their shame, just to hide their sin. That is why they do what they do, because we know who these people are. You know, they think they're in the shadows. That's what makes me laugh about these people. I'm going to get into it. I really am. But they think they're in the shadows. They're not in the shadows, people. They're simply not in the shadows. We already know who runs the troll page. You guys might remember, those of you that's been around for a very, very long time, you might remember LB and who she accused of being her perpetrator. Quite an insidious little man called Eamon Edwards, and his sidekick of a chick girlfriend who's a wannabe paralegal come sleuth, come what do you call it, private detective is what she imagines that she is. And they are the people that run Marie Houseford. We also know that Styler, yes, you might have forgotten that one, the little imp. And they got together and was running Claire Kennedy and Marie Houseford, and it's just metamorphosized onto TikTok because they've finished what they're doing on Instagram and YouTube and whatever else. So they've moved over to a new platform. They're so stupid. They did that when I announced that I might toy with the idea of doing it myself. They went straight over there, created a troll page in my name, and carried on with the same nonsense. It's the same people, same rhetoric, same style, everything. It is pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. And we know who our ops are. We do. So I went over there. Well, I didn't go over there because I don't go over there. And I asked one of my researchers to go over there earlier, and I thought, go and give them a knock, is what I said to her. We ain't really seen what they're going on with for a while. And let me tell you, they are so thick and stupid. It is unbelievable. And they accuse me of being stupid because they think they're smart. And it's just the insidiousness that these are grown-ass people, you know, bigger than me, older and grayer than me. And except the sidekick chick girlfriend, she's not older than any of us. She's quite young and very tragic and pathetic individual. She's the one that's doing all the technology and getting this individual, Eamon Edwards, to do the things that he does. We've got a dossier as thick as your ass on this individual. But as I say, we play chess. They really believe that they're in the driving seat. They really believe that they've got some sort of power. I was going to put up my Black Awards today, even though that was a different cohort of trolls that tried to steal that from me. They thought they could because they were lobbying institutions that had my back and believed in what I'm doing. Therefore, they awarded me with what they did, and they failed. And it will be the same for these trolls as well. One of the things that I saw on their page earlier, or the screenshot, was that they had they're lobbying the Jamaican government and the Jamaican constabulary. You're lobbying my family, pretty much. You know, you guys do your research properly and look at which loins I come from, which legend in the police, Jamaica Police Constabulary that I come from. Yeah, you're idiots. Is what I gotta say. I don't think them things is even going to land on the right desk. They're stupid. They've also apparently written to the British government because they believe that I live in Jamaica. Does this look like I live in Jamaica? No, it doesn't. I am not in Jamaica. I travel there regularly. I travel to Africa regularly. I don't always say when I'm going. I have interests over there. And what? You understand? And what? Have I committed a crime in the people of them country? No, I haven't. And they don't care about online nonsense. I think they've got their own problems, don't you, with online nonsense in Jamaica? They got their own things doing. They don't have time for two set of people in dirty England to be talking a load of nonsense. It's not as if hundreds of thousands of people are trying to contact them. They don't care. Go and get a life. It is over. You lost. Go and get a life is what I have to say to that. Honestly. But they're all in the same bag, people. They are all in the same bag. You understand me? And now they're gone as far. And also they're saying, oh, I'm stupid because coffee magic isn't used in Obeah. And they're trying to make the differentiation between Obeah. We call it Obeah. Pagan people call it witchcraft. Say what you will. It doesn't matter. Coffee magic is a thing. Put up a one if you guys took my advice and went to actually research it earlier on this week. If you saw the video, I know some of you elders don't actually have Instagram and you know, things like that, TikTok, whatever. Even though I don't go on TikTok, I can't figure TikTok out. I don't like it. It's all very kind of, it's all over the place for me. I can't really get into it, and that's the reason I never went over there. So they wasted their time doing that, you know. And I was never going to call it the same as my other pages, so wasted your time doing that. Let's have a little look at discussions around coffee magic, because I put in, is coffee used negatively in witchcraft? So we can have a little look at that later. That's the question that I asked, because I'd never ever heard of this coffee thing. Why? Because it isn't used in the African systems of voodoo and Obeah and whatever we call it. It isn't used there. That's why my elders never spoke of it. That's why I've never heard it in conversations with Jamaicans. I've never heard it. So I looked it up, and it is definitely a pagan practice. So they use it in those realms. But Obeah is Obeah, witchcraft is witchcraft, magic is magic, and these people have got no magic at all. Their Obeah is weak. It's really very pathetic. I didn't open it. I sought counsel from my pastor and from elders in Jamaica, and they told me exactly how to get rid of that envelope. I forgot to upload the video, actually, for those of you that haven't seen it. I might do that now. I got rid of it in a very safe and holy way, because that's the only way to get rid of it. I had so many DMs, right? Even personal WhatsApps for people that have it and saw it. I had so many of those saying, Afua, you need to do this, stamp 3 times, turn round, go back, wheel and one bag of argument about advice about what I should be doing to send it back to the sender. And I said to them, listen, let me tell you something. These are the personals. I didn't answer the DMs. I don't go down in Egypt, as the elders would say. I don't go down in Egypt. No time. My power comes from the Most High. That is it. We don't work nothing. I don't need to answer about nothing. I don't need to ritualize nothing. All I need to do is what I did and got rid of it. Do you understand? That cannot land. And that's why it did not land. It cannot land where I lay my head at night. It cannot land in my business premises. It cannot land, and it did not land. Because the whole idea was for me, obviously, to open it. You understand? Let me try and upload that for you guys now, for those of you that haven't seen it. But the whole point was for you guys to, was for me to upload it. Open it, not upload it. It was for me to open it, wasn't it? Now, what the interesting thing about that is that I could have easily, because I often do, send baby Afua to that address when I don't have time. She's out and about on her ride, the electric scooter, her and her mate. I'll say, just nip round to there and go and get some posts for me. Could have easily been her that picked it up. Sometimes I will say to her, what have I got? Just open it if I haven't got time, if I'm not about. And it could have been that, but it wasn't that. And I had no plans whatsoever to go there that morning. But my mind said, you know what? I don't know. It wasn't even my mind said. I just found, sometimes you're driving and you end up kind of, your mind is thinking, or you get absent-minded and you end up near it or going off your track. Proper one if you're a motorist and that's ever happened to you. But it's happened to me, maybe it's menopause brain fog, but it's happened to me. And it happened that morning because I was headed somewhere else and I ended up near there. So I thought, you know what, let me just, soon as I'm here, where am I? I was supposed to go that way. Let me go around there. Yes, exactly, Angor. Exactly. You know what you're saying. So basically, I went around there and there was a pile of envelopes. Now, I could have been in a different mode. I could have been in the mode where I am on the phone. It would have been a different time of the day. Maybe I've picked up a load of posts. I maybe have run upstairs, or I might have gone back to the car and just be ripping them open randomly, not even looking at the front sometimes. Do you understand? Because I know it's for me. Do you know what I mean? And I could have opened it that way. But I did not open it that way. No, I did not. You understand? I went there, I picked up the post, and something about this envelope stood out. Something. I don't know what it was. Just stood out. And then once I kind of pulled it out of the pile, because it just stood out for me, loads of things with handwritten, typewritten, whatever. But this one stood out. My spirit sent it for it to stand out. So anyhow, I've pulled it out of the pile and I've heard it shake. And there's a strong, weird smell that I immediately identified. Oh, that smells like extra strong coffee. What is that? What could it be? Could it be one of those promo things that, they send you sometimes little coffee sachets, or they send you things in the post? Could it be one of them? I turned it over. I'm thinking, shall I open it? Like, what is that really? At this point, I'm still not connecting. And I've turned it over. And then another smell came at me. Not a nice smell. Very sweet, overly sweet, perfumey smell, but almost mixed with a ranking smell as well. It was weird. And then I've backed off and I thought, what is this? These people need to understand who my people them are, honestly. You see, my grandaunt, one of the biggest healers in Yard, God rest her soul, died recently in her 90s. One of the biggest healers in Yard. She knows her stuff. Oh, yes, she does. People came from all about. And the ironic thing is, do you guys remember that sister that came on? She had a son. He had learning difficulties. I believe the sister had it herself as well. And he was being abused by the police. Proper one, if you remember that story. Turns out, through some mad twist, that she's actually related to that side of my family by marriage. And that son that came on is my cousin's brother. Imagine that. You see how Jamaica smile? Yeah. But anyhow, that's a side story. If you sit around your elders long enough, you'll pick things up, Anyone who's Jamaican knows that when your elders are sitting around and talking, you pick things up. Don't give people your book. Don't whatever. Do you know what I mean? There's little things that are just ingrained in you that activate when certain things come at you. And that's what I felt in that moment. Whoa, this ain't right. Anyway, I took it outside. I thought this needs to come out. I took it outside and held it up to the light. And when I held it up to the light, I could see that whoever sent it, they're are quite cheap actually. You should have put it in a jiffy or do you know what I mean, a jiffy bag or something more padded, or used a more expensive envelope, because the envelope was so thin and so cheap, you understand, that I could see straight through it. So I put it up to the light and I've looked in it, and the paper weren't normal. It wasn't sort of a normal white square piece of paper if it was a letter, you know, that it's been sent or whatever. So I'm thinking, this kind of brownish looking thing in here, yeah, that looks like parchment paper to me. Have I seen parchment paper? Of course I have. Of course I have. Seen it in Jamaica. Yeah. And yes, and parchment paper looks like, they have it a lot in the church, to be fair, and that's where I saw it, in the church in Jamaica. And if you're able and privileged enough to be around old manuscripts of Bible and Maccabees and things like that, you will see parchment paper. But parchment paper is used in divination. It's used to write spells on, and they often do it in blood, chicken's blood, or red pen, I think is what they've adapted in England, which I find to be quite comical, you know. There's all kind of things that come from different regions that we know. But anyhow, I held it up to the light. I thought, that looks like parchment paper. These people are really trying to work up on me, are they? Anyhow, the first thing I did is I took a video of it. I took pictures of it. And then I called the police. Of course I did. So I called the police. That was really interesting. I had to educate the two young squaddies that came round about Operation Violet. Now, Operation Violet is a metropolitan police task force that deals with crimes committed in the name of belief. And that encompasses all sorts of things, really, like honor-based killings and so on and so forth, but also witchcraft. Yeah, so they recognize it. And it first kind of started to become an idea with the Metropolitan Police around the time. Who remembers the time when they found a young African boy who they named, or they dubbed, Baby Adam, and they found his torso in the Thames, and they were hunting for the head and realized that it was a ritual killing of this little boy in London. You know, probably they found out he was trafficked actually for that purpose. In the end, they managed to, you know, trace his body, trace his head, trace the body, trace whatever back to Nigeria. And yeah, you guys remember it. Good. So I love talking to my age group. But in any event, they have a task force. So I had to remind the local squaddy boy them that that's what they need to be dealing with. And I ain't taking no for an answer on this one. We've been giving you so many reports about the activities of these people. This is considered, whatever's in that, threats to kill, malicious communications. It's quite serious crimes. Yeah, you think you can send letters through the post containing dubious substances and weird letters? You people are crazy. Do you understand? That's right. Yeah, his DNA went back to Benin City. Thank you, Miss Hurricane Toya. But in any event, they wanted to take it as evidence. I said to them, nah, you're here. You yourself can make witness statements as officers. You've seen it. You have the video. You have the pictures. Yeah, you've seen it. But I don't know what kind of spell this is. Do I overly believe in these things? Absolutely. I come from African peoples. We know it exists. Do we believe that it can harm me? Nah, I don't believe it can. But we don't take no check with these things. I don't know the power. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the intention is and how the whole thing works. If you go and open that somewhere to examine it, of course, in your police laboratory or whatever, I don't know if that will release something. It's a bit like when Lord Carnarvon went to dig up the pyramids, and he was warned with spells and stuff like that and symbolism that you mustn't go in. But he was curious. Curiosity killed the cat. And when people usually tell me that, I say, yeah, but satisfaction brought it back. I'm a very curious person. I was mad curious to open it. But I was warned and told, no, you do not open that. You understand? You do not open that. You leave that to the Most High, and he will return it to the sender. We don't need for the ritual. One piece of advice was that I should get a picture of the individual I think he is. At that point, I hadn't verified who it was. And I was like, well, that could be anyone. I've been striking down people in the name of flipping spells. Like, what the hell? No, get a picture, put it in a mirror, chant return. I don't have time for these things, and I don't want to indulge in these rituals that I don't understand. I don't know what kind of spirits I will be conjuring into my own clean atmosphere. You understand? Into my own clean atmosphere. We deal with God and God alone. And that's what I want to tell you guys tonight. So let's have a little look at the video. I'm going to, you know what, I tried to upload it, but let's try and get it up on the gram. This is going to be long now for a reason. It's going to be quite long. Let's see what happens. Oh, there we go. It's going to be long. I don't think I can get it on the gram on this one. Oh, I might do. Hold on. Might be lucky. Hold on, guys. Ah, right. Brilliant. I think we are going to get it on the gram. That's good news, perhaps. Let's try and get that now. Yep. Let's do it. Give me a moment, people. All right. Oh, honestly, I just find the whole thing extremely comical. I really do. Between the trolls and the whatever. So yeah, these people think they can write to the Jamaican government and the constabulary. My uncle is a legend of the most senior order in the Jamaican police constabulary, the Jamaican constabulary. A legend. A legend. You understand me? Move yourself. And he's passed as well, but his brother is still there in a very senior position. You feel like, you idiots. Half of them ain't even been on a plane. Trust me, they haven't. Right, let me try and show you guys this. Right, let's got it. We got it. Good. Right. Yeah, half of them haven't even been on a plane. I know Vincent Rapp, for starters, has probably never even been to Jamaica or left the country since he came here, you know. They're idiots and they don't know how Jamaica runs. They've also got a picture up of my poor brethren who they're saying is the area done in Nannyville. I never said that man was the area done. I said the area done gave me permission to occupy a yard. That's what I said. Idiots. Idiots. Do not apply your little half-centered, Eurocentric Uncle Tom mentality on what you people don't know. You're not well-traveled. You don't know yard. You don't go there. You don't entrench yourself into the community and the culture. Do you understand what I'm saying? Oh, and I forgot to mention, people, before I show you guys what I'm going to show you. On Friday of last week, I got a call from social services saying that they'd received an anonymous referral, whatever, phone call, whatever, saying that I am constantly online harassing my baby father. And that I am constantly harassing him, and that I'm planning to flee. That was such an interesting word to me. Flee to a dangerous part of Jamaica with my child. And social services called me. So I said to them, first of all, what's the safeguarding concern? I don't know what you're talking about. And when you're talking about fleeing, what do you mean? What is it exactly that I am fleeing from? This is what I don't understand. There are investigations going on. There is no conclusion. There is no charge. I have no bail conditions. I did before with a couple of them. I don't now. What is it I'm fleeing from? I don't understand. And they've got it very wrong. I don't live in Jamaica. What is wrong with these people? And even if I did, what's social services on my phone for? Chatting was. So I've said to them, even if I wanted to move anywhere with my child, Jamaica, Africa, and Africa is more likely, that is what I would be doing. There is nothing that can stop me at this present time. Do you understand me? So I don't understand. Nobody's fleeing from anything because nobody are frightened for, oh no, the hell. And if there is a charge, I'll come back to court and I will face it and fight it because I don't believe there will be. And I don't believe that even if there was, that there's going to be any kind of victory. No, there isn't, because I'm not guilty of the things that they say there. And I'd welcome to go to court so that I can show my evidence of the terrorization that these people have been going on with, and then let the jury decide if these people are victims or if they are indeed perpetrators themselves. Because they've done the most, and we have a catalogue of it. A big one. They've done the most. They want to talk about harassing people. Hey. They've done the most. And they think they're off scot-free because nothing's happening. So let them carry on. Let them carry on. That's all I got to say. You lot of fools is what you are. And you can't trouble anything that I'm doing here. You can't trouble anything that I'm doing abroad. It's been tried and tested. You've not got very far, apart from a pathetic, sad set of social media accounts that just really is a bad reflection on you guys, because nobody even talks about you. I don't get sent things anymore. I had to go and send a researcher over there to go and have a look, because we don't pay none of mind. Nobody no bother with doing it. Everybody knows who you are. Your mystique is gone. Do you understand what I'm saying? And you just sit there waiting for me to post something so that you can go along and make your own conclusions and fabricate shit. You're pathetic. You really are. And not one of you can ever front me. When you used to see the little midget in court, you know, try to cover up his face and all of this, you're a dog. You're a dog. Put that in your defamation and stick it up your bum. Okay? We don't care. No, we don't. At the end of the day, don't think you can come and terrorize me and I'm going to stay silent because you want to hide whatever it is that you've got in your past. What is not my problem. I did not spend my past with you and you with me. I don't know these people. I give women a voice. They talk. And somebody said in the comments not too long ago, why are they always coming for Afua instead of the people that brings the stuff to her? That me one or two. Honestly, although give Eamon Edwards his dues, he came for both. But the rest of them, tired of them, man. They're idiots. Idiots. They really are. But let's get back to them a little bit later on. Okay. Let's get into the main argument just after I show you guys the clip, for those of you guys that haven't seen it. Yeah, hold tight, people. Yeah, to pick up some posts, and I have found this letter addressed to my government name. Yeah, can you guys hear that? There's clearly something inside. Yeah, I'm holding it up to the light and I can see it's a dark kind of paper. It's not white paper, it's brownish. Yeah, the people that might try to walk Obeah upon me. If you think I'm opening this, you lot are idiots. And they've sprayed something here. It's got granules that smells like coffee. Yeah. And I'm going to be talking about it on my live on Friday. So there it is, people. They might try to walk Obeah upon Afua, thinking I'm going to fall for this shit. Look at this. Hear that? Literally, I put some gloves on. And that is coffee. Look up coffee magic online, because we're educated out here. Yeah. Up under on a mama frack tail double. How about that? Friday, guys. I'll give you lot the full rundown on Friday. Blessed love. Peeps, imagine I've gone to my business. What a nasty piece of people, them. Thank you, Brown Sugar, for lava splash for them. Wickedness. Let me tell you something here and now, yeah? Anyhow, my baby girl had been the one to open up that. You understand? You think it's spell I'd be worried about? Let me tell you, you lot would see a different kind of scene on the news. Remember I tell you. Because I actually do know who it is, guys. Now, we're going to have a bit of a poll. Hold tight, my sister. We've got sister backstage. She's here. Give me a few minutes, my sister. Just 1 second. 1 second, guys. I just want to tell sister something. All right, good. So, yeah, what was I saying? Let's begin with prayer before we get into the rest of it. And then I'm going to bring Sister on. Once I've prayed, I'm going to do a quick poll and I'm going to reveal to you guys. In fact, you know what? I'm going to do that at the end. Let's do the poll at the end. Let's revisit the whole Obeah thing at the end. All right, guys, you guys know the drill. We're going to hear from a survivor. We're going to hear from a warrior queen, a mother. Yeah, we're going to hear from this sister. She's powerful. And she's ready. She's ready to speak her truth. So please, guys, welcome PP to the stage and give her a big "his time is up" emoji welcome in the chats. Blessed love, sis. Blessed love, my sister. Are you muted up? You're on, but why can't we see you? You're probably darkened out, but can you hear me, sis? Oh, she's come on a different thing. I'll remove that one. Can you hear me now, sis?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, that's better. That's way better. How are you doing, my sister? You good?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. You came on 2 devices, so I've just kicked the other one out, okay?
Okay.
So for those of you that haven't caught up on any of the stories, I've been posting infrequently, and that's due to just transit travel and just general life and busyness. But for those of you that... what's going on here? Right, sorry. For those of you that haven't seen any of the posts up, you guys definitely have seen the first post that we put up. Both posts pertain to this sister's story. One is more personal to her than the other, but she's going to be touching on both of those tonight. And you guys may have seen them on Instagram, on Facebook, but we're going to be dealing with Dwayne Ellington tonight, and also a character who went up quite recently called Chris Montier. Is that right, sis?
That's correct.
Okay. So yeah, just do you want to start with Chris, sis? Just tell us about him, because I've had a few people in the comments and DMs as well saying that they know him, they're shocked, and so on.
Yeah. And I've seen the comments, and it's unfortunate that they're seeing this, I guess, this way.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some people that do know, because I didn't stay quiet. Well, I didn't tell my story until I was in my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
I told
how
the relevant.
How old are you now, sis? Just for the listeners.
I'm in my 40s now.
Okay.
And when I told my story, I kind of told and then kind of shut down, to be honest. I told my village, the people that I trusted around me, so they all knew, but never really took it to the authorities. The reaction I got from his partner and her mum was a bit like old school, yeah, it happened to me, we're going to brush it under the carpet type thing. That was based, and I was known for being a bit of a loudmouth, so you know, everybody expected me to scream from the hilltops, but I actually didn't. I just said it and left it there, to be fair, and just always knew that that's what he was like. And seeing him often, I used to see him often. He used to live across the road from my children's school. I used to see him often, and it triggered me for years. And then one day I said, yeah, no more. I'm not actually going to allow this no more. And then kind of just not forgot about it, but dealt with it, lived with it, survived with it, if that makes sense. He used to say pervy things when we were young, well, when I was young. And I don't even like to repeat them because it sounds so like, that he would say these things to a child. And then as the child, because I was that type of child, I would react with violence.
So you kind of had a sense that they were inappropriate things that he was saying.
Yeah, but then in me reacting with violence gave him the opportunity to actually touch.
Yeah. Because
he knew that I would react with violence. And then that's his way of being close enough to me to be able to touch.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like he was, you know, I know there's people that go through a lot more than things like that, but he had that type of creepy energy about him. When I was young, his partner, which was somebody who was very close to me, I always seemed to be the troublemaker. So it's not something I would have said when I was young, because I was instead I told one of my other family members, who then said to me, yeah, he did this to me. And I was like, wow, that's worse than what he did to me. And that's because he knew, I think, that I was a bit like, my mouth was big. Everybody knew me to have a big mouth. So I didn't keep secrets. I was chatty patty when we was growing up. But that was something that, because I felt like I'd fought him, it's like, yeah, well, I won, innit? But actually, no, because that's what gave him the opportunity to actually touch. So yeah, and it was just seeing him, still seeing him. I think I saw him last year, driving around in his work
And
van.
so just let me get it clear. So he's saying inappropriate things to you. Is it stuff about your body? You don't have to tell us what it is.
So basically, it would be about how I look in what I've got on, or what parts of my body look like in what I've got on.
Right.
If
So
that
quite
makes
embarrassing
sense.
for a young child. I can see why.
Because I was only about 11 or 12.
Yeah.
I wasn't much older than that.
So that then, you jump on him and hit him.
Basically, and I would swear, I was quite rude back then as well to people like him. We would do so. It would give him, but that would give him the opportunity to touch,
to grab you, play fight, touch.
Yeah, that type of stuff. So that's what he used to do. But like I said,
where would he touch you exactly?
He would touch. Well, I didn't really have breasts, so there was only one place for him to touch. Because I was only little. I didn't have breasts, so there's only one place for him to touch, in between my legs.
So
that's what the comments were about, what it looked like in the clothes or whatever. And I was, that's what it looked like in the clothes. So that's what his comment would be, what it looked like in the clothes.
And he was your sister's boyfriend?
Yes. So he was
how old, you're 11 at the time. How old is your sister?
She was 9 years old. She's 9 years older than me. She's my stepsister. So she was 9 years older than me at the time. And I don't, when you don't, I know that he was older, but I just don't remember how much older. So he's probably like in his 50s now, maybe late 50s. Because he's probably in his late 50s.
Considerably older, because if your sister is 9 years older than you, she would have been about 20 at the time. And he was considerably older than her.
About 27 or maybe 25 or something. I don't know at the time at this, maybe about 27 at these times, maybe. So roughly around there.
A big man, a grown man.
A grown man. To me, he was a grown man at the time.
Well, he was 27-ish.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going, but don't quote me, but I just remember how old I was. Does that make sense?
Of course, yeah.
And I remember how old my sister was to me, and I know that he was older than her. So at this point, she was already an adult living in her own house. So, and I wasn't. I was still living at home at that point. So yeah.
And when was the first? Yes.
And I, because I've told my village, you hear little whispers of things, but obviously I can't speak for anybody else. I can speak for a family member that disclosed to me that he did worse to her than he did to me in her sleep. And that we bonded off of that because we were young, but he didn't do that to me. And I think in my adulthood, I've heard whispers of things that he would do to young girls like he was almost known for it. But you know, in our community, nobody doesn't speak about it, do they?
No.
Because they don't think they're going to be believed. And I'm not saying I wasn't believed by. I wasn't. The way my stepsister, my stepmom dealt with it was poor. And I don't want to swear, but it was poor. Till it made me not really have anything to do with them ever again. But yet the rest of my family, that's within that family, we are as close as ever, if that makes sense. Because they were the ones that really wanted me to speak, and they were the ones that wanted to hear it from me, but I wouldn't, because at that point, I don't really care. I've said what I've said now, and I've said it to the people that needed to hear it first. Everybody else is bound to hear it. So yeah, I don't want to talk about it no more. So they never really heard it from me as to what but I didn't, nor did I hide it though, if that makes sense. But they never really heard it directly from me as to what he did. They always just had my back after the fact, if that makes sense.
Which is a power.
Because he's kind of always been in hiding. It's a family of women, strong women, that don't really stand up to this stuff. They don't take no crap for this types of thing. Do you get what I mean? But when you don't want to be the center of attention, you just don't want it. You just want people to know. Even me being here, it's not because I want to be. I just want people to know. Because who knows? It could be somebody else. It could be somebody else's daughter. It could be somebody else's, you know, and it's just off key. I don't get it. I'm not supposed to get it. I know, but yeah. They say it's always someone you know, and 9 times out of 10 it is.
Because they have best access to children, the people in the home. People who access children in their own homes. Yeah, it usually is. You know, there's a big misconception that,
and I think I don't understand the women that, and I don't know how to word it. I don't have empathy. I've not been in that situation where the person that I lie down with has been accused of that. And I would like to think there is some type of help for those types of women. And I genuinely mean that, because I don't know how, as a woman, that I've been through a lot as a woman, from that to lots of other things. And for me, that as a woman, to know that the man that I've been lying down next to, and that's what he's turned into, or that's what he does, I don't know what that would do to a woman. Whether she knew, didn't know, wanted to act like she didn't know, put her head in the sand. I'm not trying to have no empathy for that woman, no time at all. I'm saying there needs to be some type of support, something for those women.
Absolutely. We talk about this all the time on here. Yeah.
That is not that's a hard pill to swallow. And I don't know if I'm allowed to just jump right into why I've even said that in some ways.
You're allowed to do whatever you want, sis. Speak from the heart.
And I think the reason why I say that, we are.
Just to jog you guys' memory, we've previously been speaking, Sister's been speaking previously. Who's anything tonight? About this individual, Chris Montier. That's who you've just told us about, your sister's ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, that's correct. Right? That's correct.
And we're now moving into talking about Dwayne Wellington. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, sis, go ahead.
So we talk about generational curses. Some people don't believe in them. Some people do. Now, I laugh about the first person that ever troubled me because it was like something you read in a frigging storybook. Anyway, not because it wasn't it wasn't Christopher. Anyway,
yeah.
it was somebody else, the milkman. I laugh about that, but to see somebody that I grew up with from school, primary school, have children, and to see his face, to see and know what he's done, and to know firsthand what he's done. If I'm honest right now, I don't even know if I can actually speak. Like I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
I want to speak because I know people want to know because nobody's not heard nothing, and mine I can speak about.
I hear you fully.
And not have no problem. But you see that monster that you've put up, and I know everybody wants to hear, but I don't actually think I can actually speak about him
That's okay.
without. Yeah, I don't think I can.
Take a rest. I'm gonna lead if that's all right with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, that's fine.
You can just mute up, or you can jump off. It's up to you.
No, I'll mute. It's fine.
All right, my darling. So, sister's daughter has been abused by Dwayne Wellington. It is the secondary part of the story, her daughter's story, because actually Dwayne Wellington is under investigation, or has he been charged, my sister? That's my own memory. I know you told me. I'm just going to unmute you quickly.
I'm not. I believe no. I believe it's just. Just to clarify, I believe it's under investigation,
Yeah,
and I believe it's from what I have been clarified to have been. Like I said, I don't know in that sense whether it was one or two of the children. One way, one another way. I don't know, but one is involved in it. That's what I do know.
Yeah. There's, at the very least, from my understanding, is he has sexually abused at least one of his children. He has two, I believe, with the individual, with this woman. And he's abused at least one of them, and he's under investigation for that. And there is another family member who I believe could be his younger sister-in-law, potentially, that he has also alleged to have abused. You okay, sis?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm here.
And so, obviously, sister was friends with these people, with the wife and this man, Dwayne Wellington, as she's just described. And obviously that sent alarm bells through whoever knows him. So she had to have a conversation with her own daughter. Naturally you would, because her daughter, it was probably the only place that she trusted for her daughter to go. And she had that conversation with her daughter. I've spoken to her daughter, and she's a very brave young woman. She's amazing. She brings a smile to my face. She's so refreshing, because there's not enough young girls around like that who, who can articulate themselves. You can just see she's so switched on. She reminds me of my own daughters. But she's given full permission for her mum and me to tell her story tonight. And so mum had to go to her and have that difficult conversation. I had to have a similar conversation with my baby Afua when it was deemed that her auntie's husband had abused her cousin, and we all remember that story. So I know that conversation. It's a very difficult one, and your heart is thumping. You really go into it wishing, hoping that you're not going to hear what it is that you fear. And sister, unfortunately, had to hear that, because her daughter disclosed that, yes, it's happened to me too. And he's disgusting. Full-blown paedophile. Sorry, sis. Full-blown paedophile. Sister's daughter who's spent time over there, like, you know, sister will tell you when she comes back on that it's her best friend, you know, best friend. And so you would send your child there. You would trust that situation. You've grown up in it yourself.
Let me clarify.
Yeah, go ahead.
She's not my best friend.
Ah,
She's my longest friend.
Longest friend. Okay, I get you.
From primary school.
Sure.
But she's not my best friend. You can know when somebody, you learn when somebody is. I said something the other day, which is, you can think you're a part of somebody's village, but are they a part of yours? You're a part of theirs, but are you a part? They're a part of yours, but are you a part of theirs?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
And I have so much mixed feelings about this as somebody who was my friend.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody who knew what was, and I get, boy, I don't know. I can't, like I said, it's like I can't speak on it because it's so fresh, it's so new for me, but it isn't for them because they've known about this stuff. There's people that's known about it. I'm one of the last people to have known about it. So for me, it's so fresh, whereas for others, it's been ongoing because there are investigations.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that it's been dealt with, the way that people deal with things. I'm not in that situation. I'm a survivor. I'm not in the situation as somebody that she's been in, as in the friend, or none of that. And I know there'll be people that will be probably, oh my God, she spoke. There are people that will be listening that will know exactly who I am. But the only people that I care about right now is my child.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is my main concern. Just like it should have been everybody else's main concern. And I get that it was. But as mothers, as women, and I'm somebody who only went to the police station today. So as a survivor of rape, even though we haven't spoken of that,
Mm-hmm.
as a survivor of, what do they call it? I don't even know what they call it, what Christopher did.
It's sexual assault, sis.
Sexual assault. It's taken me this long to even get to this point where I'm even speaking, still not have my face out there, but to even go to the police station, not thinking anything's going to happen, you know, because I don't think anything's going to come of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's taken me this long to actually get to this part in my healing process.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want that for others. So I know that when he gives, I say he, the Most High, when he gives me things, and he knew what he was doing when he gave me this one, because he knew that Mouth of the South is coming to chat it all off. But she's not going to keep quiet on this. Because it's not okay. So he knows when he's giving me these things, why he's giving them to me. My child, my daughter, as much as it's just the worst thing that a mother would want her child to have to go through, as even her own attitude is, I'm protected. I'm this, I'm that, and I'm going to do me. You know, she doesn't want the attention. She doesn't want all of the fuss. She just wants to show that she's just doing her and being this, what they say, strong Black woman. And I want her to understand that she can also be vulnerable around the right group of people.
Yes.
And I think as women, we will, like I said, my whole village knows that this has happened to me. I've never kept it from them. I've just never outed the person in public. And I think that it just got to a point of, no, this can't keep continuing to go on. There's so many others, and it shouldn't happen to so many others. And there probably are others.
Oh yes.
That probably won't want to do, because, and I'm only just now understanding how hard it is to actually do this. To talk to you on air live, and knowing that, well, there's certain things that I actually can't say, can't speak it. I can speak it to my village, but I actually can't speak it out loud because it's way too much to know that that's actually happened. And it's people that it's people that you've had in your house.
You trust, sis.
You've trusted them. You've had them in your house. Like, he was a girl dad. Like, I was a daddy's girl. So I didn't see, in my mind, he's just a daddy's girl. But I've sat back and I've looked and I've been like, oh my gosh, this makes sense, that makes sense, this makes sense, that makes sense. It's made me feel sick. It's made me feel so many different feelings I don't even know. It's like, yeah, let me release it all out now, and like, so that I don't have to keep carrying these feelings, because they're not healthy.
Absolutely, sis.
And our babies shouldn't have to go through this stuff. Our daughters, our women in general, when we think that, especially Black women, especially when it's people we know, and we think, oh, no, it couldn't be. Oh, no, never. No, that didn't happen. And we put it in a box. We forget about it and act like it hasn't affected us. And it does. It has. And we must seek help. We must come together. We must seek help for it. And this is a big part of I've done therapy, I've done counseling, I've done those things, but this bit is a bit of a different level of releasing. And I'm so proud of me, even though I didn't talk about the other things that were, because I couldn't get into it. I can't, not when it comes to going on.
I'm going to share with everyone. I think it's important for them to know the nature.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
And you know, as you know, we've got your daughter's permission to do that as well. I think
that's fine.
I think it's important for people to know the level of monster that he is. So mute up for a second, sis. Let me share with everyone exactly what you've done to your baby girl. So baby girl went for a sleepover. She was in bed with what she considers her cousin, and they were asleep, young girls, believe under the age of 13 at least, quite young. And she was asleep, and she woke up to him orally raping her. So yeah, putting his member in her mouth. And she but he thought she was asleep, because she was half asleep. She's a child. She didn't know what was going on. And when he realized that she'd woken up, then he tried to, put his hands down where they should not be. And that's pretty much what he did. No, I can't unmute you, sis. I'm trying to unmute your mic. Oh, there we are. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. So that's what happened, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely disgusting and unforgivable. And a whole lot worse with his own children.
I don't have any information on what exactly he has done to his children. I can only surmise.
Well, I have, because I have been contacted by somebody. So I have, some details, but I'll talk to you about that afterwards. That's something that came in this evening.
Okay.
So yeah, nasty piece of work. Nasty. And interesting, we've heard nothing from him. Absolutely nothing. Or from his family. I find that really interesting. Even if we don't hear from the perpetrator or the alleged perpetrator themselves, we often hear from their cohort, from their family, friends, whatever, in the comments, trying to defend them. It's very rare they come out and actually try to defend themselves. But usually their people do it, and we haven't heard a peep apart from the 1 and 2 DMs that I've had. And one of them, as I said, came in this evening that gives quite a lot of information.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I find that interesting. And what that usually means to me is that everybody knows.
Wow, because from what I understand, from the investigation happened, there are people that knew what the actual investigation was about. I just wasn't privy to that information. I wasn't one of those people.
And why was that, sis? You know, tell us about that. Why the reason?
I believe that I was supporting my friend through a time of separation, as far as I was concerned. And as somebody who's been a single mum, I understand how hard it can be. And she was with him for a very long time. So I saw it as, and our girls were playing up kind of the same time. So we were bonding through that. And my friend, former friend, chose to give me pieces of the information. So I never knew the full story.
So she deliberately concealed it from you. That's really interesting.
It was my understanding that the marriage had broken down because the behavior of the girls was so much, it became too much. So that was what, and as somebody who has children, one girl, you know, and my daughter was behaving in a way that I was like, what is this? But I just never put 2 and 2 together to get 4, because, you know, teenagers are just, everybody just puts it down to teenage behavior. But the level of it was just like, and I'm quite a strict mum. So again, my children weren't really even allowed to stay out anywhere. They were at home most of the time. People would say, where's your children? At home. So when she would, even when I would go there after the fact, when I didn't put 2 and 2 together, because she was, you know, telling me certain things. And as my friend, I'm seeing her deteriorate. I'm seeing her, you know, just, it's you know, it's just, I don't even want to, she's not my friend anymore. I know that much.
I'm sorry to cut you. I'm still here listening. I'm just going to turn my camera off for a moment.
Yeah, she literally told who she wanted to tell. And I wasn't one of those people.
Okay.
Because once I've spoken to other people since, they knew. And I'm like, what do you mean? How comes I didn't know? Like, but is it because I was the only one with a girl? Is it because you didn't want to hear that? You didn't want to hear that was even a thing? Or I don't know. I don't have a good word to say about her anymore, and I don't want to sit here and slate her because it wasn't her that did it. But
I'm kind of trying to pick up on that. I'm thinking to myself, okay, you've given us 2 sort of potential scenarios as to what could it be, where a lifelong friend, where you're practically living like sisters, and your children.
If I be frank, she knew.
Okay, so I was going to suggest that as a possible explanation as well.
If I be frank, she knew that even if there was a part of her that had consciously, whatever it was, whatever. When I spoke to her I spoke to her and I asked her, why did you not tell me that this? Her response to me was, you are the only person that I didn't think to tell. What?
Think to tell?
You're the only person that didn't come to mind for me to speak to or for me to tell. Why not? I have a daughter. And this is why I said I've not been in that situation, but as a woman, as a mother, we have a duty to safeguard. I'm here singing like a canary. It wasn't somebody that I'd lie down with. I couldn't lie down with somebody and that happened.
I'm really sorry. I have to cut you here. I'm really sorry, but we tell it like it is. She'd ignore. I'm sorry. There's no way. There is no way, in my estimation, and especially as a woman, especially as a mother, especially as somebody who has a best friend who's a female, that I would not be telling her first amongst my sisters, my own blood sisters or whatever, my own family. There's
You
no
tell
way.
your village.
You do, and you'd be quite at the front of the queue, surely.
You tell your village, and that's what makes me know I wasn't part of her village, because my village, even now, they know, because they're the first people.
I wouldn't even say that you weren't a part of her village. I think she imagined that you were up until this point. What she was doing was minimizing harm. That's what she was doing. She was on a
damage control. Damage control. You can't damage control something like that. You can't damage control the fact that you've been lied down for how much years with a nonce.
Speak your mind, sis.
You cannot damage control that you have been lying down with a nonce for nearly 20. You can't damage control that. Me, I have nothing nice to say about her, because there's nothing to say. She would have to continue walking on the other side of the road if she saw me tomorrow. That's my one daughter, my one skirt, that I did everything in my power, as far as I'm concerned, as a mother, to protect that from happening. And the person that I went to primary school with when she first come to this country, she was a bitch to me most of our friendship, but that's who I am. But, go figure. That's what's to reach me. You should have left that friendship a long time ago. I trusted in her because our kids were the same age. She's married. She's got, he's a girl dad. They love their dad. They this, that. Like, I even used to run jokes with her when she would be, they don't bother about me. And I'd be like, leave them with their dad. They're daddy's girls. You're just like, I would tease her about that and say to her, they're daddy's girls. I don't know why you're bothered with them. You've got your son. Leave them with their that. And when I think about those things that I would say, it makes me want to vomit. Because
but that's quite natural, sis. I was a daddy's girl. It's something I would say.
So was I.
So that's very natural.
So was she. So is she. Because her father is still here. So is she. So I don't know. I'm a daddy's girl, but I'm also a woman. I'm also a mother. And I can't. There's a difference between sympathy and empathy. And right now I sympathize with the children. I have nothing for her. And even less for him.
And because sometimes it might not even be that the person knew, but it's their actions after the fact that defined them in the situation.
She knew it was going on, and she would still bring him to my house knowing that was happening, because that's where because she knew I didn't know the full story. She felt it was okay to bring him to my house when I had any function.
So hold on, sis. I'm kind of getting confused on the timeline. So hold on. So you've been accused for her own children.
Yeah.
And she's still parring with him at that point and bringing him to your house.
Well, I didn't know about this as far as I'm concerned. She told me her marriage was broken down. But if I would have a function, 9 times I have a function once a year, twice a year. If I would have a function and the kids would come, or he would always be the one to come and pick her up, or he would be here. He's been amongst my village. But at this point, I'm not knowing that this investigation is happening. So I've seen her with him since this investigation has taken place, has been in. Does that make sense? She's told me herself that he's. He has
But
done things for
what I'm
her.
saying, sis, is put even your daughter to one side for a moment. She's aware of her own children, and she's still.
I don't understand. I think she's lost her. I think she's actually lost. This is what I mean when I say there needs to be some sort of support for these women, because I don't understand.
Stockholm syndrome, potentially.
I don't understand what. She's been my friend for years, and I've watched, and there's so many things that I've gone back and racked my brain, and I've looked at certain things, and I've been like, bloody hell. This makes sense, that makes sense, this makes sense, that makes sense, this makes sense, that makes sense. And I've spoken to this person, and this person said this. I'm like, oh my gosh. There's certain things I can't even say because it's only speculations, and I can't say those types of things. But he's been doing this. That one there, he's been doing this. He's been doing this.
Yeah. I wouldn't imagine those two girls were the only ones.
He's been doing this, and he's been doing this before he met her. He's been doing this after he met her, and only God knows what's happened now, because from what I understand, the last time he was seen was in the food shop about 2-3 months ago in Brixton.
And this is what upsets me, because the police are aware, they're investigating like they always don't. And he's free to walk the streets and continue offending children.
And that was the reason, actually, why because for me, the type of person that he is, he would find a new woman. He would cook and clean till his heart's content, and make her feel like she's the queen, and she's got a daughter. And that was my reason why it's got to where it's got to now, and I'm the mouth of the South.
Mm-hmm. Sis, let me just address somebody called Chanel195 in the chat. She's chatting was. She's saying, Alicia, stop telling lies. Tell the people them how much baby fathers you have and how diabolical you are. Don't answer yet, sis. And you are waffling. You've spent years in Natasha smoking weed with him, and why now? Attention seeker. You know what, Chanel? You can naff off and do one, because what this shows me, you're a dirty enabler. You're probably the woman herself. So what if she was in the people them house smoking weed? They were her friends. You understand? Dum-dum. They were her friends. And what does it matter how many baby fathers she has? She could have 25 baby fathers. Who the cares? Deal with them, please, mods. I can't take them. I'm not in the mood for these people tonight, you know. I am so not in the mood. Shut your noise and let this sister do her testimony. In fact, mods, block them. Get them out of here. I don't want them tonight. I'm not tolerating none of it. Get them out of here.
I'm a lot stronger than that. I'm a lot stronger than that.
I'm telling it, because you see these people. Yeah,
I can't even see all of that. I can't see all of that.
No, don't block them yet. Let's see.
I can't see all of that. I can't see all of that. So and to be fair, I don't actually see the fact that you've even called my name. That's fine. Call it. I am not here to hide, you know. You see, when it comes to things like this, brawling, but I don't have the energy to even address that, because at the end of the day, for me,
don't have to, sis. We will address it.
I don't have the energy to address that, because even you can come to me and tell me what. So you can attack me when you want. Attack me. It's cool. It's fine. I don't.
Can I just say, mods, do not block them, because I guarantee you, when I put the link out publicly at the end, these people will not come on. You're just a nasty troll. Sis, I got my own reasons why. This is a safe space for people that want to speak their truth, and the sister is speaking truth. You got something to say, come on at the end of it. That's what you do.
Yeah, that's nice. I'm interested.
Sorry, sis. If you've got nothing legitimate to add to this testimony or this narrative, I will crucify you when you come on, and I'll kick you out. And that's what will happen. But if you have something legitimate to say, we'll have a conversation. Other than that, stop your trolling and allow the sister to speak.
Say it. Say what it is that you've got to say, because at the end of the day, like I said, this person has been my friend since she first came to the country. He was 7 and 8 years old. She's not been my best friend. She's been my longest friend. That's the bottom line. So there was an element of trust got beyond anything. We grew together. We grew apart. We grew together. We grew back apart. We grew back together. You know, like when you say you have friends and you've had them for long, it doesn't matter how long you've had them for. You always, and like I said, she wasn't, there's certain things that she would do that I would knock on the chin because she's my friend, and I've had this friend for years. And I would always be in her house. I would always go and see her. And 9 times out of 10, I would, even anybody who knows me knows, Alicia, where's your kids? They're at home. Because to me, that was the only way that I could protect my children in general. But when we got to a level where our girls were at an age where they could, well, you know what? At least I trust that she's with people I know. As our friends, our kids can be friends like that. Like how do you get what I mean? It's nice. We would actually sit and talk about the fact that our kids are now friends.
Of course.
Because it was nice for us, and for us as primary school friends to grow up and still be friends and see our kids. Her see my grandkids. Do you get what I'm saying? So for me, it was actually a friendship that I cherished beyond belief. Until even when it first happened, and I was like, nah, there's no way. Nah, there's no way that she. And it's only since I've had time for it to actually sit and I'm like, rah. I've had people saying to me, Alicia, this, that, what? No, she knew, she this, that. And I'm like, no, but this, but that, because that's how I am. But then still, I gave it the benefit of the doubt up until recently. And I couldn't, up until I actually spoke to her. And once I spoke to her, I no longer could give her the benefit of the doubt. I just let her. I don't. Her. She's not my main concern. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, yeah.
My main concern is my child. So yeah, that's.
I've no doubt it's probably her in the comments. To be fair, or somebody very close to her. Anyway, it would seem, you know. And why I know that they're illiterate is because of that kind of retort. I have no time for that type of thing. Telling you, wanting to dish dirt, gaslighting. I don't care.
Basically, you're dishing dirt on me, but if anybody knows me, they know that I don't hide. Just because I've chosen not to hide, not to show my face. I know that full well that my voice is my voice. People are going to know who I am. So it's not like I'm hiding. I'm out here in a live. Why would I be hiding? I'm not hiding. I've spoken about 2 people that are in the same type of area. Like, it's not that people are not going to put 2 and 2 together. I'm not stupid. The difference is I'm not scared. I may be emotional. I'm allowed to be emotional.
Exactly.
But I'm not scared. So, whoever you are, Chanel, let me not even say nothing more anyway. This is the point that I was saying. I don't do these types of things because I don't like, because I will put my foot in it. Okay.
No, you won't put your foot in it, sis.
So I'm not here to put my foot in it. I'm not here to put my children's foot in it. Nothing. But yeah, like,
these people are clearly scum. There's no redeeming features for these people. There's nothing for them. And I can just see there's a couple of them in the chat tonight. And this is
and what they're doing, they're calling me out.
Yeah, they're just chatting rubbish.
Because I can't see.
I'm not talking with them. Don't worry. Where's love, peace, and unity? Deal with them, sis.
I'm not in it. I can't see, so I'm not really paying attention to
and
that.
that's for a reason, because you need to concentrate. Like, it can be.
Yeah, I wouldn't see. I wouldn't look anyway.
Yeah, you'll see it
This is
after the
I wouldn't look
watch
because
it
what will
afterwards.
I probably won't because
Mm-hmm.
I won't actually do that. That's the thing. I won't. I'm that type of person. I've spoken.
Yeah,
I know my truth, and there's nobody that can tell me no different. So
exactly.
whoever's got something for me or an issue with me, I'm not somebody that hides.
It's inevitable that there's going to be these kinds of people.
Everybody knows where I am.
Mm.
I just don't. I'm not somebody that hides. I don't do that whole, what's it called? Keyboard warrior stuff. I'm not that person.
Absolutely, I
I
hear
had
that.
a friend. I had a friend she's an amazing keyboard warrior, and she was somebody that would keyboard it back. But I don't have it
Mm-hmm.
to be a keyboard warrior. I'm not that person, so I
Mm-hmm.
don't hide. I don't need to hide. You've called my name. You know who I am. You know me well. That's fine. Like the fact that you've even done that, that shows the type of person is on the subject that we're talking about.
Absolutely, absolutely.
As whether you're a woman or you're a man, Chanel, whatever count you've got, as the subject that we're talking about, big and serious, and you're going to call my name, that's fine. And because, you know, if it came to my child, we would be having a different, I'd be coming straight off air.
Yep. But you've got your
Because
supporters. There's a couple of people that say they know you, or there's somebody saying they know you, they know your sister, and they know Chris, and they believe you. So
it's not even about whether people believe me or they don't.
I know it isn't, sis, but I'm just saying, in terms of the people
Yeah.
that they are countering whoever
Yeah,
these.
yeah.
And
I
I know
hear
a
that.
troublemaker. We get a sniff for this kind of thing. I know
Yeah.
people that are legitimate, that have legitimate things to say and concerns, and those who are just nasty, enabling
Yeah, but
troublemakers.
why would you be think about what we're talking about here, for real, as black people, as black women.
Preach
And
it,
that's
sis.
what you've got to come with. You've got to come with, oh, I sat down and I smoked weed in her house. What the hell has that got to do with the price of fish? And I got 1 million baby fathers. Yeah, me have 6. How about that?
Mm-hmm. Me have
Yeah.
how much me have? 3.
Me never
And
have 6.
what?
After me never have 6 picnic. I have 6 baby fathers. You get what? No, but
They're just
I could have
illiterate.
6.
That's what it is.
Hear what? I could have 6, but guess what? None of them 6 are touching no girl. They could be
Thank you.
creepy. I don't know them because I can't vouch for the 6. Me that a 6 when me have or 8. Me not know. The 6 or the 8, baby father when me have. Me don't know if them want trouble people pick me or if they, but right now as it stands, I ain't lying down with none of them. And if they were troubling anybody, I'd be singing the same way I'm singing right now, like a canary.
There you go.
I wouldn't be hiding it. I wouldn't be trying to mask it that my baby father, this baby father, that baby father, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8. I wouldn't be hiding that that's what they're doing. Even if I had 6. Okay. So you can talk about how many baby fathers I've got. That's fine. Like them
See,
things that bother me. My children are big, beautiful children that know who their mother is because I don't hide.
Since one of the thrusts of this campaign is about just crushing that idea that it's okay to just jump on, gaslight, victim blame women, and try to blow their testimonies out of the water with that old, pathetic chestnut. I'm so sick. I really, really am, because it is not about the sister's lifestyle. You know, even the courts have gotten over that. There was a time when they would, you know, try to discredit witnesses in this way. You wore a short skirt, you like lots of men, and they would, you know, try to discredit them in the box when they tried to cry rape. It's so archaic. We need to stop it in the black community. You understand?
I did, even though I don't like the woman, I still did not try to. I don't like her. My distaste for her is through the roof. But I'm not her. Thank God, and that's all our business about. So I set her free. I don't really have nothing more to say when it comes to her.
You made the most poignant point, sister, and that is you could have 10 million baby father, not one of them is a nonce.
Not to my knowledge, as it stands.
As it stands, that we know of, yeah.
Because I can't vouch for no man.
And this is the type of enablement that is happening with the sisters. I'm going to start doing whole sections on enabling women, you know, because at the end of the day, there will be none of these men with the chest that they got going through the community with impunity if it was not for these women that were enabling them and shielding them. It's got to.
I don't understand. Like, you think you can shame me? I'm not. My Michigan shame she done long time.
That's what I love, that's what I love about you. Yeah,
I wouldn't be here. Like, come on. But I just want to make a disclaimer. You see, even those people that know who I am, that have mentioned me, and you've actually outright mentioned me, understand yourself and understand when it comes to me and mine, it's not a joke. Because nobody mentioned any names here apart from the perpetrators, because that's what it was about.
Exactly. So they just came on to violate, really, and that's why I was so angry.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Sis, I'm going to put the link out, which is customary now at this point in the
Yeah,
live. I'm going to put the link out, and I invite all and sundry, good and bad. If there's anyone that comes to violate, I'll have them out of the room straight away. So that's not going to happen. If they've got something to say that is of value, then we will hear them out. You understand? So yeah, let's put that out. Let's see who jumps on. Usually none of them. Let me tell you that. Those who are in the chat chatting rubbish never come on, very rarely. Yeah, when they do, they're no match for this platform, not at all. None of them have ever been.
I don't have it.
There's the link, guys. There's a link. Jump on, copy and paste that into your browser from the chat, and you can jump on and join the conversation.
I'm not a keyboard warrior. I'm not.
No, and neither am I. Like, you know, I get in my comments sometimes because I'm told I have to, and I find it.
I don't.
I usually just drop one or two gems and then I'm out again. I have no time for it.
No,
I did it. That does have time for it. I'm quite concerned about.
I did it once when it was EastEnders, and I don't watch EastEnders. I haven't watched EastEnders for years, and I actually said something in the EastEnders comment, which was, "Do people actually still watch this stuff?" Oh my gosh, who told you to do that? They came for me, and I said,
There's somebody called JS that wants to come on. JS, mute up, sis. I'll mute you up for now. Hi, JS. Hi. JS, hi there.
Hi. Do I need to mute? No.
No, you're speaking now. You don't need to mute.
Okay, so I didn't watch it from the beginning, so I didn't hear everything that the lady was saying. But I just want to say that from what she's been saying, I'm really sorry what happened to your daughter. But I tell you what, everything that you said is spot on. And all those people in the comments that are trying to say anything negative about disgusting pervert is wrong.
Thank you, sis.
When it's got to do with children and children's being sexually abused or raped or violated, how dare you as an adult try and say it's a lie or this didn't happen? You don't know. You weren't there. You believe children. You believe them.
Yes, sis. Absolutely. And we advocate for that all the time. This is what always confounds me, because you weren't there. When it comes onto historic sexual abuse, we are not going to get material evidence. There will be no CCTV. There will probably not be any DNA after the fact. So and children aren't able to tell lies like that. They have to have a reference point. They do not know how to tell that lie unless it has happened to them. You know? Sis, PP, do you want to respond to the sister? I've just unmuted you, sis. Yeah.
I'm going to respond by saying, I love you.
I've unmuted you as well, JS, so you guys can talk.
And I see you.
As well, JS, yeah.
She doesn't have to respond. She knows.
Okay. All right.
She knows.
Okay.
And I appreciate what she's saying. And we hope that even though, like, bless my daughter, she's like, oh, we're not going to get nowhere. There's not going to get no justice. They put these people in and they throw these people out. They're never going to change. But everybody will know who he is, and that's the main reason why this has been done today. So I see you, I hear you, and I appreciate you, is what I want to say to the caller.
Bless up.
Because I know who it is.
Okay. Thank you for that, JS, yeah?
Yes, no worries.
All right, my darling. You take care. All right, let's see who else wants to come on. We'll give them a little bit of time, sis.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, we've got another one. Get busy with the D's. The D's. Shut your mouth, dirty girl, spreading lies. Okay. Well, here's the link. Say nothing, sis. Here's the link. It's on. You've got something to say? You want to elaborate on your statement? Then jump on. And I guarantee you they will not. Sis, go ahead. Go ahead, my darling. I'm really loving the sister that came on and gave you that validation. That was lovely.
Yeah. I know. You see when things happen and people put up stuff in the newspapers and things like that, and we read it in the news, unless you actually know the people, you don't really know the full story.
Yes, exactly.
And that's all I'm going to say on that, and there are those that I can't. It's actually, and this is why I don't do things like this, because it's shocking to see that people are actually like this. There's something like this. I don't understand. Maybe I'm just a bit still hopeful that there is still decent people out there, but yeah, I don't understand that type of stuff. That's wild to me.
Sis, unfortunately, I mean, I cannot understand it. I can't conceptualize it either, but unfortunately it is an illness that is awash in our community. It really, really is.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I think it's bad enough we're speaking about what we're speaking about, but the fact that there's people out there that's actually wanting to attack somebody speaking about it.
Yeah. Sidestep the issue completely and go for the messenger. This is what they do.
That's fine. Yeah.
Get busy with the D's. Jump on the link, or are you just going to be a keyboard warrior as usual, chatting rubbish? Honestly, tonight's the night for it. It really is. We haven't had them for a long time, really. We really haven't.
We've rattled some cages.
You said just say you got obsessed. What are you talking about? This sister is talking about an experience she had with somebody called Chris Montier, if that's you, Chris. And she was 11 years old at the time. So I don't know what this obsession thing you're talking about. It's really quite out of place. And she's also talking about the sexual abuse of her daughter. Go ahead, sis.
Like I said,
it's common. It really is.
It's rattled some cages, have I? And I'm sorry, I've always said, anybody who's in those comments doing that, you're just as bad, just like them, male or female. That's you. You're like them.
Sis, I'm telling you now, from my experience doing this for 5 years, that these are the perpetrators on different accounts. That's what's going on.
Yeah, because I don't understand anybody that would want to speak up for these demonic people. They're demonic. They're actually demonic.
Yeah.
So I don't understand. The energy that they carry is demonic. So I don't understand the people that are speaking up for these people or trying to attack me. I'm a praying woman. Oh, you know me? Oh my gosh.
We're gonna get into some of that later.
That you're troubling. You're trying to attack. You're attacking God's people, God's children, whatever you think you call him, whatever. I don't think you know who I am. You know who I am. You call my name. You know who my dad was. You know my dad is up there watching over me. You know what's? Let me not even I'm not calling nothing down on nobody. Just understand what you are doing when you are trying to attack me. Let me disclaimer that, so that I can disclaim it right like that. Know who you're trying to attack when you're trying to attack me. Okay. That's what I'm going to say.
It's exactly in the vein of the whole of tonight, considering my latest experience.
Yeah, I get it.
They really do.
The attack is real. The spiritual warfare is also real, and I don't think people know who you don't play with me. I am. Do you know? I don't think you know who I am. Don't play with me. It's very simple. So I don't have to do much. I'm a very God-fearing woman. That's why my children are guided and protected in every step they take in life.
Absolutely, sis. And you've told your story gallantly tonight, my sister. You've told it very gallantly tonight.
Thanks.
You really have.
Thanks.
And I'm hoping that your story is going to bring more victims to come forward, because I seriously believe for both men, particularly the one, Dwayne, that there is going to be a lot more victims that
well, clearly someone's cage has been rattled. So, yeah.
But my sister, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Just like I predicted, none of the stragglers are going to come on and present themselves, because none of them are legitimate, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
All right. My sister, I will talk to you after the live, as I always do, and we'll check in. But I think you need to give yourself a big pat on the back. As I said to you earlier, your lovely daughter, she is the feather in your cap. She is a credit to you. You understand? So now hear what them say. You know, we are judged according to the fruit of our labor.
Amen.
Exactly, my sister.
Thank you very much.
All right, hon. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You see the dotty crosses them, and get busy with these demonic my ass. When was the last time you went to church? This is why I know they don't have no education. You don't need to go to church to access God. In fact, probably some of the churches, that's the last place you should be going. You're an idiot. Idiot. If you've got something to say, come on and say it. There's the link. Throwing around serious accusations just to get attention is beyond reckless. It's disgusting. If you have proof, speak up properly. If you're not, shut up. Shut up. When does proof get shown? How many years ago? This is historic sexual abuse of a child, dummy. Oh, they get on my nerves. They get on my nerves. Yes, I see you backstage, sis. Give me a moment. So anyway, I'm not getting drawn out by these people tonight. Let them go along. I feel like listen, we know truth when we hear it. You understand me? We know truth when we hear it. Yes, we do. And let me tell you, his time is up. People's ears are well tuned to the truth. And right now, that sister is telling no lies. You know? Telling no lies. Lily Lewis says, Dwayne ruined his own life, you effing fool. If you're a nonce, just say that. Exactly. Thank you for that, Lily. Right, let's get back to what we were talking about in the beginning. You guys saw the letter, the dubious Obeah letter. And as I was explaining earlier on, we at the time when I saw the letter, I was, surmising. And we're going to take a poll right now before I bring this sister on. But we're going to take a poll. And I want you guys, out of all the ops, who do you guys believe, put up the name, who do you guys believe sent that letter? Tell me. Who do you think it could be? Those of you that know all the narratives, that's been watching a long time, that know everybody that wants to come at me, who do you think it would be? I'm going to take a poll tonight. Let's see what everyone's saying. Hold tight backstage, sis. Thank you for that, Annette. She's a very brave sister. Very brave. I'm just waiting for this poll to come in. I'm really interested to see how tuned in you guys are. I don't know how to put up a poll. All right. So Real Recognizes Real is saying Afua Betty. Let me just take a little tally. Go ahead. Who else? Mommy Water is saying rat. So we got Afrobelly. We got rat so far. Who else? Come on, guys, participate. Can't just have two people. Grandma Lee says yes. Don't know what you're saying yes to. Bijabu says hungry belly. That's two for her. That Lovers Rock reject lady who spazzed out in Tesco's. Hold that thought. That's funny. Who else now? Rat is getting a lot of them because we do know that he loves the high sciences, don't we? Yeah. Donna Marie, I don't know who that is. Who's Donna Marie? Why would you put her name up? I don't know who that is. Rat's getting a whole heap of votes. There's more than one. Yeah, but who do you think? You think more than one person sent it? All right, Ango, I hear that. So it could be the trolls, yeah? Trying to go out with stripping this. Go ahead. Let me run it for just a little bit longer. The belly woman. Okay. Afro belly. Interesting. Dotty Lux. Who's Dotty Lux again? Who's Dotty Lux? Oh, Milton. Dotty Lux. Another one. Mitzi June. Hungry Belly and Mitzi. Dotty Lux. I almost forgot who that was. Milton McGowan. Yeah. Rat. Okay. So Rat seems to be the favourite and Afro Belly seems to be the favourite. Well, Monkey Belly, you guys are killing me tonight. Let's go. Let's see who it is. Well, we know who it is. I've had it verified. And this is, listen, when you find out who it is, you're going to realize even more than you did before how stupid this individual actually is. Honestly, they've got no sense whatsoever. So basically, I had my ideas about who it could be. Yeah, I had a list of people. Rat kind of came into my mind and I thought, nah, if it was him with that foolishness, he would have done that years ago. Not him. Let's scratch him off the list. All right. Then I was surmising about one or two other people. And then I was also surmising about Bionic Steve. No, I don't. He ain't got time for that. Plus, Bionic Steve not moving the shadows. He just shows his face. That's one thing I rate about Bionic Steve. Him not hide. Understand? Thank you, Rosh22. Not Bionic Steve. I haven't seen. I'm kind of a concern for him, you know, because I know he's like, you know, he's kind of. And I just wonder where he's gone. I'm wondering what's happened to the brother. I hope he's okay. Like, seriously, I kind of miss his trolling. He was funny. The things he used to go on with. Oh, no, don't say Black Olive. No. Why not do that? That's from years back. And she had no beef like that. No wicked. Whoever Davo one is, you're wicked. Can Rat read all right? I don't think so. And it would have been in massive primary school block capitals, right? All right, so let me just tell you guys who it is, all right? Because I sent out a sample before I posted, before I said anything about it. I sent a sample to two very key people, and I asked them, do you know this handwriting? I didn't say anything. I didn't tell them what it was about. I didn't say anything like that. I just simply sent them a screenshot of the letter, the photograph I took actually of the letter. And I said, do you recognize this handwriting? And I did it separately. And they both came back with the same answer. So I'm going to bring Sister to the stage. Sister Substance, do you want to tell everybody who it is in your estimation?
You can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, sis.
You can hear me, guys?
Yeah, I can. I got you, sis. I got you.
Oh, hi. Hey, guys. Evening. Before I talk, I just want to big up the lady that was just on before. And just sending love, light, healing, strength, all of that stuff. And I really pray that you get the healing, you and your family get the healing that you deserve, and you guys can move past that. And I also pray that you lot get the justice that you deserve as well.
Amen.
But moving on from that, yeah, we know it's the demonic diva.
Go on, sis.
It's the demonic diva. We all know this already. My eyes are burning.
Yes, people. Who else could it
It's
be?
her. It
So
is
you
her.
verified that's her handwriting. So did her sister. Verified that it's her handwriting, and I've had one other person verified it says as well. She ain't got a piece of sense. In your estimation, she looks like she's tried to hide it a little bit, right?
No, not really. If she had any sense, she would have like used her left hand or something, or got
Right.
someone else to write it, or printed it and stuck it on. But she wants you to know that it's hers. She doesn't
Oh, I
care.
see. Okay, so she's like classic.
Yeah,
That's
she
what
wants you
demons
to
do.
know.
Demons want you to know. So do psychopaths. They want you to know that they're hunting you, serial killers and stuff. You understand? Sorry, I'm
I've
laughing
been witness
because
to the things that she does over the years. I've seen her handwriting loads of times. One of the times she sent a letter to her sister, and I took the letter to read it, and I felt like just reading it in my house, it let off an energy. So I had to just rip up the letter, even take out the bin, everything, and just cleanse my house because I didn't like the energy that was released just reading things out. I didn't like it.
Yep. And that's what I think she probably was trying to do to me as well with this
Hmm.
letter. It's absolutely pathetic. And you guys are more than willing to give statements to the police, aren't you? To verify, in your opinion. And they can always take
Yeah.
samples. She's stupid beyond belief, honestly. She really, really is. She ain't got a piece of sense, honestly. And also, I'm not very impressed by her magic. I mean, like, couldn't you even afford a real like, this is some magic off the internet. Like, what the hell? Get a real Obeah man, my girl. You know, give us a little run for our money. You know, give us a little run for our money.
You
What the
said that for
hell?
you didn't even break a sweat. Not
I
even a
just
sweat you
swear.
never broke.
That girl, is she all right? Is
Yeah,
she all right?
there's numbers of ways she likes to get to people. She sent police to my house a few months back and told them that I was harassing her because, as you know, well, Afua knows about this already. My daughter kept complaining of spiritual attack, and she come out. She's only 14. She come out and she said, "Mum, I feel like it's June." And I was like, raw, like I didn't say nothing. I just let her talk because she said she was sleeping and she had one of those experiences where, like, you know, when you're being pinned down in your sleep.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And she managed to break out of it. And she told me that the Holy Spirit told her to go downstairs and pray for her grandmother, in which she did. And she just kept saying, Mum, I have a funny feeling it's her. So, me being Mama Bear now, I messaged her on one of the fake accounts that she has where she's putting up all that stuff about her sister. And
Well,
I
she needs to
basically,
stop because there's an injunction against her for that. Hopefully, she stopped that.
oh, okay. Well, there was a page circulating where she'd gone to the lengths of using AI to create this picture to make the sister look like some witch and stuff. And I
Oh yeah,
know,
like what I did with her. She's so silly.
yeah, I know for a fact her daughter helped her with that. But anywho, I messaged that page and I said, listen, when you and your sister are having your spiritual warfare battles, remember to leave out my picnic because da 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 da. And I'm not going to say online what I said in the message, but police came to my house a few weeks later.
There we
And
go.
yeah, I didn't hear back nothing from them. I said, she's got the cheek to be sending police to my house and she's still an active shoplifter. Like, do you know what I mean? And I just gave them the rundown how it got. And their eyes were open wide, like you could tell they was taking in what I was saying, and I've never heard from them since.
Well, you wouldn't, would you? we
No.
never hear from them, sis. But sis, thanks for that. Thank you very much.
Yep.
You
You're
verified that.
welcome.
Thank you for coming
Big
on to
up
do that as
yourself,
well,
guys.
sis. All right.
Yeah.
Bless up,
As my
Granny.
granny would say, if it's her, it's her, and if it's not her, I still she.
That's
Yes.
she.
So I say it go. Big up
Yes.
yourself, Afua.
Big up, my darling. Big up, big up, big up. Yeah, man. I love that little saying from Granny. If I know she, I still she. My goodness. You know, no shame. Woman, dirty woman. You know, I'm shame. I heard that, I obviously I don't see these people, but I've heard that in Marga dog to your head big like one jackfruit. This is what I'm hearing. I said jackfruit, but he had big like a jackfruit. You understand me? Also, her sister was very happy to share that she has reported June to the DVLA because she has epilepsy and she should never have been driving. And the DVLA now has revoked her license. Doesn't look like it's working out very well for June at the moment. Her sister and her are embroiled in some kind of court case. I don't know what that's about, actually. I've got to get some more info on that. And also the sister has taken out an injunction on her, quite rightly so, because she started this troll page and whatever and tried to get herself into that. I mean, is there no stopping this woman? It's just ridiculous. Back to you, Dotty woman. As I said, you are a dirty woman. Go take that to the police who already know about your nasty little shenanigans. Go take that to them. You're a fool. You are a fool. And I'm allowed to say that because you're sending malicious communications to directly to me, you know? But there's only one thing we deal with, and that is prayer. Yeah? That is prayer. That's what we deal with. I don't even need to block her reverence tonight. I've been doing that since I got this thing. You understand? I'm fasting, I'm praying, I'm doing my thing at the end of the day. So I don't even need to do that here tonight. I was thinking I should do that, but why should I? I don't need to do it. There's not a peep out of these people. And let me tell you something, Big Ed June. You could never come and step to me on the roads. Yeah? Never, never. If I buck you up, you will run like puss. You will hide. Let me tell you that. You will never bring your nonsense to my face. You will never do it. Do you understand me? And I'm not one of your people that's embroiled up into the nastiness with you that you think you can hit. We don't go along in that Egypt, dirty woman. We don't go along in that Egypt, desperate woman who was willing to aid and abet a nasty, dirty nonce just because you wanted your money back. You don't have no shame. You're disgusting. You disgust me. That's what it is. And for you to think that you can come and try to work witchcraft on this, yeah, you're a fool. I haven't even got words for this woman, you know? And I think it was very apt when I originally put up the picture of her that she tried to complain to the police about as this. Very apt. You understand? Because that's exactly what you are. You're a nasty little third grade witch that can't even afford a proper Obeah man. So you resort to kitchen craft. Because that's what it is. Kitchen craft. Kitchen magic. It's ridiculous. Do you understand? You can't climb, it no matter which mountain you decide to try climb up in Egypt, and church people know what I mean when I say in Egypt. Yeah? You could have climbed the highest mountain in Egypt. You still would not be able to penetrate anything, any of my walls. That's what you will be faced with. You're an idiot of the highest order. You'll be faced with that every single time. And guess what? My walls are of God. That's what it is. So whatever Obeah man you got, whatever Obeah you think you can try, magic spells and foolishness, it's like something out of the magic circle. Honestly, it's like the kind of thing that you used to get on, you know, in the back of the magazine, a little stick and whatever. You're a fool, a real idiot. You understand me? Come with your chest, face me in the flesh. Do that. But you know, so you can't. None of you can. Not you trolls with your stupid ass publication. I mean, it's just, you look at it and you think to yourself, these people are truly unwell. Because I lie to you not, when I turn off this thing in a few short moments, my life starts again. And I do not even think about these people until it's time for me to say, oh, what am I doing this week? Let me jump back on the His Time Is Up campaign and do what I got to do there. I have a life and it's thriving. And it is thriving. There's everything that you've tried. You've tried it all. You've tried it all. Police. Oh, by the way, guys, for 2022, I forgot to show you. I need to upload it next week or something. I forgot to show you. But I got paid out because I sued the police in 2022 when they came for me then with that bag of foolishness. Yeah? So let's see what happens rolling forwards, because I will sue them again and again and again. I got paid out. Got paid out about a week ago. Yeah. And that goes into baby Afua's school fund. That's what that goes into, our university fund. Let the police pay for that on a rass or no. Yeah, I got paid out. So when they chat their wass about how much court cases and proceedings, but not one of them can say that You've never won. I've never been charged with anything. And all these defamations have all fallen by the wayside. You're idiots, a lot of you. We all know it's the alleged perpetrators who are doing this. So whoever wants to follow a nonce or whatever, go and do that. It's up to you. But I'm still here. I am still here. Do you understand what I'm saying? And we ain't going nowhere. And we're branching out internationally. Yeah? Idiots. Real idiots. June, man. Seriously. You know, she's coming like, what's that girl's name again? That used to, I mean, she was seriously unwell. I believe she's still in mental hospital now. She got sectioned in the end. What's her name again? You guys remind me that mad girl that was like the stuff that my nightmares were made of. Can you guys remember her? If we survived Sherelle, that's it. If we've survived Sherelle, who are these faceless people? Thank you, Davo One. Who are these faceless people? We survived Sherelle, man. Come on. That's right. Big head Judy, head big like jackfruit. Tarotted. I mean, it's a margadon. Maybe she thinks that will make her more appealing to the man that she wants back, who definitely don't want her. And that's the Dutty One tennis star, whose goose is getting cooked. We'll be returning with that when that story matures, because it's definitely a lot happening behind the scenes. I'm definitely being informed regularly about remember the girl that beat her. I've got to catch up with that. I'm pretty sure they're in court quite soon. I've been trying to get hold of the sister. But yeah, guys, Adatagwan, it's June, of all people. Is she all right? Is she okay? But look, that's her MO, right? That's what we were told. And that poor sister who alleged that she was involved through Obeah for and killed her son. Do you understand what I'm saying? That poor sister there. But at the end of the day, you can't do me like that. You know, like the sister that was on that just said pee-pee. Do they know who they're dealing with? Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? You don't touch God's anointed. There's a reason why I'm still here after how many years of doing the things that I do. His time is up at my first gig, and it certainly ain't my most dangerous. There's a reason that I'm still here. Yeah? You know why? Because we are clean-hearted people out here. We don't lift against innocent people. We lift against the wicked. We lift up against the wicked. That is what we do. And we are mandated and governed to be able to do that. And what? And what? We stand in righteousness. You think even Christ weren't nice when it come on to wicked people? We're allowed to be wicked to wicked people. And I go along and go. Nothing can do me. And guess what, June? I still got my car. I have my license. Oh, because apparently I'm being told as well that after the license was revoked by the DVLA, and that was because her sister reported her, somehow her ride went missing. Like it got nicked, apparently. I was like, well, she probably done some kind of insurance scam because she couldn't drive anymore. And, you know, why waste a good car? And, you know, there are other theories as well. But, yeah, apparently she's on foot. Poor thing. I don't think she's getting much work at the moment right now. You know, I don't think she's really doing a lot of backing. Things aren't buzzing the way that it used to be. But I'm going to do a whole section. About her and her little shenanigans, because I do believe it's her also that called in this bookie foolishness to social services. You're an idiot. It's all your MO. It's what the people, if you even had any kind of cognitive functioning, June, yeah, look that up if you're able to. But if you had any kind of cognitive functioning, any kind of processing, any kind of linear thought, you would remember that the people in your life who were friends with you and your family told us what your MO was. You like to go to social services. You like to bear false witness against people. You like to try send bad man and get yard man to make phone calls. Because I had that one. You remember, guys, when some random yard man called my phone. You know, Dr. Gal, Afua, whatever, suck your mother. That's what I said to him. You think I'm frightened for you people? None of them can do me nothing. I'll tell you that straight. None of you. And you cannot touch my children. You cannot touch me. I am not the poor woman who lost her son. I am not her. Yeah? My thing's pattern different. So keep trying keep doing what you're doing and do it at your own destruction, because that is all that's happening. And we're seeing real-time evidence of that. June Gordon, aka Mitzi June, troublemaking June when nobody know have nothing good for say about, troublemaking June with nobody's even defending, troublemaking June, yeah? Clean up your heart, because none of us are going to live forever, yeah? And if you really want to get some rest in the by and by, you need to clean yourself up, my girl. You really do. And I put you in my prayers, because that's all I've got to do. All I've got to do is put you in my prayers. That's what it is. I can admonish you. I can call you Dirty June, the Obeah walking witch. That's an admonishment. But I don't mean you no harm. I don't wish evil on you. You're doing that for yourself by being so evil to everybody else. You're reaping your karma, my girl. And you know, sister, destruction, I read you. Clean up yourself. Repent. Get down on your knees and beg God pardon. He will grant you it if you are sincere. That's the message I've got for you, June. Yeah? That's the message I've got for you, Mitzi June. Clean up your heart, because there's going to come a time. Remember, I tell you, none of us can escape it. There will come a time, whether you believe that your heart will be weighed against a feather in the hall of Ma'at, or you believe that you will face your maker. Yeah? Doesn't matter what it is. Or if you believe that, you know, Allah will, the angel Jibreel will come and bring you for your judgment. Whatever you believe, you're going to have to face it. You're going to have to face it. So you see all the wickedness that you've piled up in your lifetime. Repent. Yeah? Repent. Because let me tell you, you will come to see the fruits of your labor. Remember, I tell you, and I'm marking it 10. I am saying it in the mighty name of the Creator. June Garden, yeah? Clean up your act. Because remember, me tell you, broke up your folly grown, woman. Because remember, me tell you, you see the destruction where you are put upon people, it will be revisited unto you, even on the 3rd and 4th generations. And a message for your daughter: do not follow your mother in her evil ways. Do not do it. Not even because you want her recognition and her love. Do not follow her. You have a heart and a mind of your own. If she's spoilt you as rotten as her, then perish with her. But if there's any glimmer for you, Kadeen, yeah, come away from that woman, because she's spoiling you. She has wrecked you. You understand? Stop aiding and abetting your mama if what I'm hearing is true. Repent. Repent, honestly, because your mother is really down a very dark path. She really is. How can you sit down at your kitchen table, get parchment paper, write out a spell? You understand? Deal with coffee man. Where you find that from, me no know, probably on the internet like I did. And wrap it up and write out my name and put it in the post. How can you even conceive of this? How can you think this would work for you? Huh? Probably because you've gotten away with it, or you think you have. You know, I respectfully suggest to you that whatever you think you've gotten through, those people had their own issues, and that's why the thing could pass. But I don't have those issues. I don't got no skeleton in my closet or stain on my thing, because I don't deal with people bad. Anything I do, I own it. If I am wrong, I repent for it. I beg God pardon and I bring it to the person and I look atonement. Anything that I've done in my life, do you understand, that I'm not proud of? Because we've all got stuff that we'd rather not, you know, want to repeat again, you know? Yes, she is special needs. She's definitely special needs, because I don't understand how somebody could be so self-sabotaging, really. I don't get it. I don't get how they could be so dumb. And also, you couldn't even get someone else to write out the envelope for you? Well, up to you. If you're going to do something, do it properly, love. Sweetheart, do it properly. If you're going to do it. Do you understand me? You know, whatever little money you have left, go and find one proper Obeah man, preferably a Nigerian or somebody like that that's got real power. Do you understand? And let them go to battle with my God. Because I want to know whatever Obeah man you're bringing, if it's bigger and badder than the biggest Obeah man in the sky where me serve. That's what I want to know. Go. And like I said, under your mama frack tail. Yeah? Go. Nasty woman. Really. Really and truly. She don't want me to see her in the street, you know, the way that I would dress the clothes off her body. The way that I would trace and class that woman there. Honestly, you're too wicked. Haven't you had enough of being wicked? Like, you know what I mean? It's really very fabulous being nice, you know, June. It's very fabulous. It's very fulfilling, you know? It's nice. You sleep good at night. You don't have to look over your shoulder. You sleep well. You understand me? But you just want to just be wicked? You just love the darkness? You love being nasty to people? What is the matter with you? Honestly, she needs help. People, let's hold a moment of prayer for Mitzi June because God know him need it. Him need it. We're in a time right now, you know, where people have to really be serious because the earth is shifting. The atmosphere is shifting. Do you understand what I'm saying? People have to get serious in themselves in these days and times. And there's people out here working kitchen magic because you call them out in their badness and their nastiness. It's not even like she knows she's innocent. She knows she's not innocent. Then people don't sleep at night. They walk up and down at night time. They must do. They must do. Unless you really are possessed and been inhabited by every demon conceivable, and that's just you. You're quite happy with yourself. People have a conscience, you know, just as much as they front it. Don't make them fool you. Do you understand what I'm saying? They cannot face themselves in the mirror. This is what they do. Do you understand me? They're sick. They're twisted and they are lonely. That's what it is. You're lonely, June. Do you understand? You've got nobody that loves you. Your daughter probably pretends to love you because she wants your approval. Your approvement, yes. Your approval, that's the word. She wants your approval. And it's a twisted kind of love, a toxic love. That's probably what you two have. It is a toxic love because she follows you and helps you to daub things around the square and, you know, does all kind of madness in your name. It's madness. If I brought these things to my beautiful daughters, they would run me. They would run me and alert the rest of the family and say, Mummy's lost the plot. Mummy, you can't ask us to do that. Mummy, that's wrong. That's what normal people do now. My kids would not have me acting out and behaving and doing madness. They really wouldn't have it. They really wouldn't. They'd put me in my place, especially my oldest. Like how I had her when I was relatively young. And, you know, she governs me. Yeah, Mum, no. She's the commandante for everybody, actually. We all kind of go, oh, my God, don't let her know. Yeah. But what is it? You're following back your mother. You can't correct her and tell her the thing she's doing is wrong. You're in it with her. How toxic and damaged are you people? Get help. Tired of them, y'all. No one's coming on for the rest of the night, guys. I'm going to get off, really. Yeah. I've usually got Saturday morning commitments and I haven't tomorrow. So I'm going to have a wicked lay-in. I'm going to sleep like a baby because I've got nothing to, no demons coming to nyam me from all the wicked works that I'm doing. I will sleep like a baby. And in the morning, I shall wake and I shall reap my blessings. That's what I'm going to do. Because my blessings are more than plenty. More than plenty. More than plenty, people. Honestly, to me, it is complete theatre. It's so comical. It's so comical. It's unbelievable. Honestly, it's comical. You could really write a book about this, you know. You could really write a book about these people's shenanigans. You really could make a movie out of it. Jano, but June, if I was you, me that shame like a dog right now for your shenanigans. You should have shame. Anyone who sees June in Brixton, yeah, just pray for her. I beg you, no, just pray for her. God no, really. I'm very, very concerned for June's moral soul. I am for her. I'm concerned for her, seriously, because this is the work of a mad woman. Yeah, and we should have compassion for them. Jana, I'm gonna pray for you. Brixton, pray for Mitzi June. I'm wicked beyond belief. She needs repentance. She needs help. Guys, I'm gonna go out with one of my favorite Negro spirituals, and it's called How I Got Over. So sit and listen to this for a bit, and then we'll say goodbye.
Now that I use Monday Service, AI makes solving tickets my form of meditation. Monday Service is...
Oh, I got over. How did I make it over? You know my soul look back and wonder, how did I make it over? How I made it over? Going on over all these years. You know my soul look back and wonder, how did I make it over? Tell me how we got over, Lord. Had a mighty hard time coming on over. You know my soul look back and wonder, how did we make it over? Tell me how we got over, Lord. I've been falling and rising all these years, but you know my soul look back and wonder, how did I make it over? But soon as I can see the man that died for me, and that bled and suffered, and he hung on Calvary, and I want to thank him by God, and I want to thank God by God. Oh, thank my God, I kept me. I'm gonna thank him 'cause he never left me. And I'm gonna thank God for old-time religion. And I'm gonna thank God for giving me a vision. One day I'm gonna join the heavenly choir, and I'm gonna sing and never get tired. And then I'm gonna sing somewhere around God's altar, and I'm gonna shout all my trouble over. You know I got to thank God. Thank him for being so good to me. Oh, how I made it over. I had to cry the midnight hour coming on over. But you know my soul look back and wonder, how did I make it over? Tell me how I made it over. Lord, falling and rising all these years. You know my soul look back and wonder, how did I make it over? I'm gonna wear a dark gown in that new Jerusalem. I'm gonna walk the streets of gold. It's in that homeland of sun. I'm gonna view the host in white. They've been traveling day and night, coming up from every nation. They're on their way to the great coronation, coming from the north, south, east, and west. They're on their way to a land of bread. And then we're gonna join the heavenly choir. You know we're gonna sing and never get tired. And then we're gonna sing somewhere around God altar. And then we're gonna shout all our trouble over. You know we got to thank God. Thank you for being so good to me. You know, I come to thank God this evening. I come to thank Him this evening. You know, all night long, God kept His angels watching over me. Early this morning, God told His angel, God said, touch her in my name. God said, touch her in my name. I rose this morning. I feel like shouting. 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 Feel like shouting. I feel like shouting. I just got to thank God. I just got to thank God. I just got to thank God. I just got to thank Him. Thank God for being so good. God is good to me.
I just got to thank God for being so good to me. I wish I could sing like Mahalia Jackson. Yes, indeed. I didn't need to do no more than that. The sister said it all. I don't know how I got over. I had to cry the midnight hour, but I got over. And I just got to thank God for being so good to me. Blessed love, family. I shall see you guys next week with a new story. A very new story. In fact, it's a very new story. Yeah, you guys look out for it on the bulletins on Instagram, and just remember who has our back, okay, throughout this whole movement, everybody. And I know the prayer warriors are here. I know that we've covered from head to toe. Blessed love, my people. Blessed love. Have a lovely weekend. Blessed love.